Hi guys, welcome to Daddy Nadon. We're here to do a preview for Chelsea vs Spurs. Obviously we did a live the other day where I had Spurs fan Luke come on to give his opinion about the upcoming game and a prediction. Wasn't able to get a Chelsea fan on live, but I did speak to Maca. We all know Maca the other day, and this is what he had to say. I asked him a few questions. So before we get there, just remember, anyone who's watching, please like and subscribe and get us to 500 subscribers. And yeah, this is what me and Macas had to say earlier on today when we spoke about the upcoming game between Chelsea and Spurs. Enjoy, guys. Thank you. So first question, Chris, before we get to the Spurs game, just a thought on the last game, victory away at Everton. I know you wasn't very pleased with the performance. Why wasn't you pleased, and what do you need to see a bit more going into the next game?
Say it was an overreaction. I mean, this first game of the season, you can't really expect too much. Obviously, the main thing is to get the 3 points, get clean sheets a bonus, seeing the new players perform well. I just felt when we got the goal, it was enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, Everton did have a few chances in the second half, but we had obviously chances to kill the game off, and it was just a poor game overall. It was just expected whoever gets the first goal will probably end up winning it. Again, I didn't really feel that Everton really caused us too many problems, but it's a start for us. We've got a massive game this weekend, as we're going to talk about, but we've got to pick up the performances. Everyone's got to start putting in a bit of an extra shift, but overall, we'll take 3 points and we'll move on to Sunday.
So obviously Tottenham on good form, highly touted to have a good season. Do you think they go into this game as favourites, and where do you need to neutralise them to have any chance of getting points from this game?
Joe, when do we ever say in any season Spurs are like favourites to win a game, especially at Stamford Bridge, or they're nailed on top four for this year? I mean, I've spoken to everyone pretty much and put Spurs in their top four, and rightly so. Let's be having it right now. I don't like Spurs. Chelsea don't like Spurs. Spurs don't like Chelsea. But I think this is the best year ever in terms of transfers. Just the form of the players. They've got a great manager who sets up tremendously well. So we know he won the league with Chelsea. I would honestly say it's a 50-50 game based on the fact how we were in pre-season, a bit lacklustre we were last week against Everton, whereas they went 1-0 down and quickly turned it around and spanked them 4-1. So, and that's without Harry Kane and Song scoring. So it just goes to show that maybe this season's not just a Harry Kane and Heung-min Song team and the ones to score the goals. It's going to be an all-round team performance, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not confident, because I am. At the same time, I am and I'm not, because Tottenham are well equipped to come to Stamford Bridge to take off 3 points, and we know we're going to be in for a long afternoon, but we're also posing threats. It's a London derby and anything can go, but we've got to be wary of the dangers they pose now.
Go back to Chelsea. You've sold Werner, you've sold Lukaku, basically very light up top now. Sterling, Havertz. Who would you like to come in and realistically, is Aubameyang a player that you would like to come in?
The striker position, you're absolutely right. I believe it's going to be a concern for us moving forward. I don't like the way we set up with this Havertz up front nonsense. We need a goal scorer. Coming into it, realistically, looking around, there's no one really available. I know there was talks of Aubameyang, but how likely is that? I mean, he only left you guys, Arsenal during the was it January transfer window, some point just before or after, around that time anyway. And he made a great impact there. Don't get me wrong, if he comes to Chelsea, he'll score goals, but how likely is that going to happen? Are Barcelona prepared to let him go? But yeah, definitely, if Aubameyang's going to be that guy to come in, then absolutely, I'll take him all day. But at the moment, it's the case of, why can't we just give someone like Brozier a go, or God say Batshuayi have a go again? We need a striker up there, because this is affecting Havertz's play, if I'm honest. We need to have that sort of playmaking style, and he's being affected by it. And I truly believe that getting a striker in will aid us to score more goals and be able to get the ball moving fluently, because that's what we've struggled with, what I've seen in pre-season and against everyone at times. But hey, you never know. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks to the transfer window closes.
So how do you think Chelsea will approach this game? Do you think Chelsea will be on the front foot, or do you expect Tottenham to be on the front foot, even though you're at home? Do you expect Chelsea to come out trying to get a few goals? How do you see the game go?
These sort of games are dictated by the home team, where the away team will sort of counter-attack. Conte plays that style anyway, so I fully expect that we'll be on the front foot and they'll aim to counter-attack us. And this will be a good test for the likes of Koulibaly, Silva, James Chilwell, Cucurella, whoever Tuchel decides to go with. Because I mean, they're going to pose a massive threat with Son, Kane, Kulusevski, and many others. You look at Session, he looks really good in his first game of the season. So it's going to be a tough one. But I do expect us to be on the front foot. Again, I think both teams are going to have chances. We will have more of the possession. But Spurs will pose a massive danger on the counter-attacking side of things. So I'm interested to see how Tuchel sets up in this game. And it's going to be crucial for Reece James and Chilwell to be going up and down that line, or Cucurella, whoever he decides to play where and when.
And finally, Chris, just a score prediction. What do you think the score will be?
Prediction for the game. Been thinking about this all day. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up winning the game. I wouldn't be surprised, I suppose, if we end up winning the game. I just feel at the moment we're probably both set up to cancel each other out, if that makes sense. It could end up being a 0-0. And yes, we're at home. Some people might be surprised. Some of you, the home team, I get that. I'm a bit worried of Spurs this year, and I think a lot of teams have got to be. The top boys in the league, the Cities, Liverpool's, Arsenal's, United's, because they're set up now to challenge. Definitely cement their place in the top four. And again, with a great manager. So again, I wouldn't be surprised with any result, but I've got to be realistic here. 1-1 draw. I think we're going to take the lead. I think Stone's going to get his first goal of the season for us. And then they're going to get an equaliser through Heung-min Son and be on his even 1-1, and we'll have to move on and just hope that we keep improving for the season, and hopefully, as we've discussed, bringing in the striker, maybe a couple more players to get the team up to the standard that Chelsea fans need to see. Cheers for having me, guys. Remember, if anyone's watching this and you haven't, please like, share, subscribe. Let's try and get these guys up to 500 subscribers. Have a good weekend, guys. Come on the Chelsea.